It's literally just going to be me thinking about fucking Hayley Williams for the next 3 hours.
God bless.
You just got
God fucking bless.
stuck on a Hayley Williams fan page. She's not dead.
Nah, she's dead to me.
Boom, hello.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's
I couldn't hear that entire thing. I was like, oh, here it goes. Oh, no, that's the end. Oh, but yeah, if you're unobtainable, you're dead to me.
If you're unobtainable.
That's what it is. Dead to me.
Fair enough, man. But
She doesn't exist in my world anymore.
how is she not unobtainable? Because she lives in America.
She's in a happy relationship, and also so am I, so
Oh, okay, that's fair.
that's fair.
That makes a hell of a lot more sense than me just being like, oh, because she lives somewhere else? Fucking hell, man. My brain just doesn't function normally anymore.
Nah.
Is she actually, I thought she got divorced and shit.
Yeah, but people can have relationships after they get divorced.
But I didn't know she was in another one, man.
Yeah, the guitar player guy.
Really?
Yeah. He's been grifting for 15 years. Fair fucking play. Fair play. If he leaves the band now, I respect it. He's like, oh, I was only here for this.
I was here for this and that's it. Ah, fair enough, man. Good for them. Good for them. Hello. This is episode, I want to say 94. I usually write it down before so I remember what to say, and I forgot to do it today.
I think it's 94.
Pretty sure it's 94.
No, it's 95. Because it's definitely not 93.
Let's go with 94.
All right, we'll do that.
This is Dead End Friends Podcast. The podcast with two dudes who know nothing, but we talk about everything. Everything. We're coming to you from the wonderful place that is Scope Spaces. Go find them on the places and then follow them and then use them for your content creation needs.
Nice.
I don't even remember what else I fucking say, man.
That's it.
That enough?
Yes, it's enough. They're here. If you want to find us on social media, you can find us on social media.
Yes, sir. But
That's that.
We don't post much.
Well. Have you had a moment yet in your 30th year on this earth where you realised you're 30 and not a kid anymore?
Do you want to tell me your moment and I'll see if I've had one?
So my moment happened this week. And it was on Sunday. I stayed up super late and I watched the Super Bowl. And I stayed up till the end.
Were they playing?
No, they weren't playing. I was wearing my hat though, because...
Got to respect the Steelers.
Yeah.
Got to represent.
Got to represent, for sure. But I stayed up and I watched it. And then the next day, Shanna went to bed, just after the first wee bit. I was like, right, wake me up in the morning. Because I'm going to go to the gym and all that kind of stuff. I'll just get it out of the way. 4 a.m. is when it finished. I think it was over just before that, but I stayed up and I watched the ceremony because I like to see it through.
Okay.
And then I stayed in my bed until 12:30 the next day. Yeah, on the Monday. I don't even know if Shanna even tried to wake me. I just don't remember it. But it's really thrown me.
Oh, really?
I have been chasing my tail in regards to sleep this entire week.
Oh, ever since?
I have just not felt rested at all. And it's that moment where I'm like, you're not 18 anymore.
Yeah, okay.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
When I was terminally unemployed, I go to my bed at 4 a.m. all the time.
Yeah, but when did you get up the next day?
Oh, if I slept in until midday, I'd be like, oh, it's an early rise. That's how shitty my life was.
Yeah.
But I just can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I am surprised I made it to the quiz, if I'm being completely honest.
You were quite schleppy.
Oh yeah, I was.
You were very quiet.
Chillaxing.
Yeah.
I
don't think it helped the fact that we also had a band practice thing on Tuesday night, which didn't finish until fucking midnight.
Man. It did not help. So we had that on Friday night.
Yeah.
And then we had.
Oh yeah.
What did I do on Saturday?
I don't know, man.
Did I do it on Saturday?
No,
me and Shanna went out. I worked, but we went out for dinner. And then Sunday was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then Monday was the quiz, and then Tuesday was the fucking band practice.
Yeah.
Bro, I am fucked. I just don't... I don't have a minute. I can't... because I can't go to sleep as soon as I go home.
Yeah.
So I just sit up.
You need to sit for a bit, don't you?
Like, especially after band practice on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we'd been screaming and shouting.
Yeah.
I was like pure amped up.
Adrenaline was running.
I sat up to like 1:30.
Did you?
Yeah, I just sat there, had a couple of whiskeys, and then I went to my bed.
That's fucked.
I sat there with the fairy lights on, nothing else. I sat there in silence.
Oh, that actually sounds like a dream.
It was fucking glorious, man.
It
was
so nice.
Honestly, it's like one of the best moments of my life, I think.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I really respect that. Like, I like the silence.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, Shanna goes to bed pretty early. She's like, you come to bed? And I'm like, nah.
Nah, give me a bit.
I'm going to sit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to sit. She's like, all right. I'm like, I get it, but no. I'm sitting up. And sometimes I'll sit and I'll watch, like, the golf if it's on. Or I'll just sit and watch, like, stupid videos. But most of the time, it's either stick Spotify on.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to some tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking silence, man. Yeah, it's been this week that's really shown me that I am not the teenager that I thought I was.
Mm-hmm. Nice, still in the old noggin.
Yeah, it's funny because if you ask my dad like what age he thinks he is, he's like, oh, 33, without even thinking about it. I don't know why it's 33.
It's off the dome.
Yeah, it's just straight off the dome.
So it's just like when you're 33, you still think you're a teenager, but then when you get to like 43, you're like, nah, I'm still 33. And then that's just that you just get stuck in that like.
Maybe I always try to
time.
think like whether or not it was, like when I was born. I was like, oh, my dad would have been 33 when I was born. No, don't know what age he was, but it's not 33. I'm 30. He's 66.
Right, so 36.
Correct. Yeah. So like, thank you. I always just thought that that's what it was, but my dad still thinks he's young.
He does. That's the thing with your dad is like he's a bit of a, I don't know the word for it. He's a bit of a weird character to gauge because he is an old man and he acts like an old man, but he also acts like a fucking Wayne sometimes.
He'll love you saying that. Like
an actual fucking Wayne.
Oh yeah, he gets giddy over stuff. It's class. We went out for a couple of pints like ages ago now, and like he just got steaming. And he was just like buzzing off it the entire time. And then we got back to mine and I ordered him a taxi. Mm-hmm. And he was just like sat on my couch. Just sat like this. Like the telly was on and he was just like. Which is so funny. And
I love that shit, dude.
The taxi pulled up and I was putting him in it and I was like, don't give this boy any money. I can't pay for my taxi. And I was like, I've paid for your taxi. Like, this is the new world, father.
23, dude.
You don't have to worry about anything anymore, you know. But yeah, I always just thought that was that, and I'd like to think that I can keep that in my head. You know, that I'm like, you can be young. You can still be young and old at the same time.
You
like,
can still be. You can still get like. You can still get excited about shit. Like I think that's something that like gets lost as you get older. Is you're like, I shouldn't get excited about this because it's like I'm an old guy.
It's immature.
But like I love getting excited about shit.
Yeah, I want to get giddy.
I'm never fucking gonna get rid of that. Like I want to feel joy.
Yeah, it's like you see these like fucking alpha types, you know, and I'm just like, oh yeah, cool, whatever.
Just like be stoked.
Just be excited. It's not a bad thing.
It's not like you're not being any less of a person that you are.
Don't make you a bitch just because you want to like express emotion. It's not. Man. You know?
My dad, when he was steaming, was always like, my dad get really like dancey when he get drunk, which was like really funny because my dad's always like
hella white.
But like he always tries to come across as quite like proper. You know, he wants to be like one of the guys, but then he is like he comes across as like a professional. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's been a salesman his entire life, so he's had to like sell a persona of himself his entire life. So like that kind of like creeps into your psyche as who you are as a person. But like when he got a drink in him, my dad got real dancey, and it was so fucking funny to watch.
You got like white girl wasted?
Oh, not like he never got like. I don't think I ever saw my dad like steaming drunk. He's kind of the same as me. Like I don't ever like we talked about it. Like we don't get fucking out our tits. I think I've been blackout drunk once in my entire life, and it was on my 18th birthday, which was a time. But like my dad's the same. He never got like, at least what I saw, because they used to like, there was a family that lived a couple of doors down.
Yeah.
And they had kids that were like around the same age as like me and my brother. So they would just like come over with their kids, and they would just like close the living room door. So we'd have the whole house to ourselves, and they would just be in the living room like getting pissed. So like at the start of the night, it was like no kids allowed, the door's shut, we're in here to have a drink and just have a nice time. But then by about like 9 o'clock, 9:30, that door was wide open. The fucking like chic was blading through the speakers. Everybody was up having a wee fucking little fucking boogie and shit.
Oh, fucking boogie.
It was. I never really saw my dad like blackout drunk, but when he had enough, he did get a little like, a little dancey. And my dad liked his karaoke as well.
See,
when he had a bit of a drink in him.
God.
Like when we were on holiday one time, he went up and he did a fucking Oasis song, and I was so embarrassed.
As you would be.
Because I think I was like 14 or 15, so it was like what. It was when I still went on holiday with my mum and dad, but my brother never came with us anymore.
Right.
So I think it was like around that time. So my brother would have been about like 17. And then I went up and he fucking sang Oasis at the bar of the hotel. So it wasn't even like out with strangers. We had to come the next day and see the same people.
Nah. I've done that once.
Well, karaoke?
Yeah. I've done karaoke more than once, but I've done karaoke in a hotel once.
Right, okay.
The hotel that we were staying in.
Uh-huh.
And I had Tenerife, and I was like in and out of my fucking mosher phase at the same time.
Toy.
So there I was, my hair like fucking spiky up at the back like it was Zacky fucking Vengeance.
Delicious.
I sang Michael Bublé.
What a fucking picture, dude.
Oh, it was class. I was wearing like normie clothes. I was just wearing shorts and like a t-shirt, you know, so it wasn't like
Tenerife.
Yeah, I wasn't like gothed out to the max.
Yeah, you were in like Matalan shorts.
But I was still like, yeah, everything by Michael Bublé, please. Screamer though, banger.
It's fucking so good. Would you say that's like your go-to karaoke song?
Nah, Piano Man, Billy Joel.
Really?
It's a banger.
Holy fuck, dude.
Can you imagine being Billy Joel and writing that song? I reckon when he finished it, he just sat back and went, well, that's the retirement fund. It's unreal.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever heard it from start to finish.
What?
I could probably sing the song, but I've never like heard it begin and then heard it end.
You should do that tonight.
I will have heard the whole song.
When you drive home tonight, you should put that on. Just because it's a great song. It's a great storytelling song. They're drinking a drink called Loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone.
Oh,
Billy!
You're going through some stuff.
Oh, Billiam, what are you doing that for? Jesus. It's unreal, man.
I usually go for a bit of Crackling Rosie by Neil Diamond.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Every key change?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Down, 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 down. There's actually a video. Me and Emma went out. That will be... Actually, I've been blackout drunk 2 times. Because that night was blackout as well. So we went to Emma's pals who live in Port Glasgow. We went down there for just like... Fuck it, we'll just go for like a blowout. The Waynes are away.
Yeah.
Their Waynes were being watched. We'll just go for a blowout because it's like... Just her and her man were going out, and then like 2 of their pals were coming out as well. And then... I don't know what it was that came out, but some kind of spirit came out that was far too strong to ever be consumed by a human being. So it'll be like absinthe or some shit. Moonshine.
My brain went somewhere else. You know, like some sort of spirit came out, and I was like, you got possessed? That's where my brain went instantly. I was like, the party monster got you?
It's a different person. Nah, man, just like, I think it was absinthe or some shit came out. And then we ended up at a pub in, I think it was in Greenock. I don't fucking know where the pub was.
Right.
Straight up. I don't remember getting there. But
it already sounds like a bad time.
There is a video of me. So Emma took a video of me doing karaoke, but you can't hear me doing the karaoke because Emma's singing so fucking loud.
I'm sure she's got the voice of an angel.
She hates that video, dude.
You need to find that video.
Absolutely
you need to
hates
send
that.
it
I'll
to
try
me.
and dig it out, man, but it's fucking excellent.
Class.
So I think that was probably the last time when I was like blackout because of whatever that was that came out.
Yeah.
Don't remember anything else about that night.
I don't think I've ever actually been blackout.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. Obviously, like, not drinking for 10 years definitely helps that.
Yeah.
My drinking career's been hella short. The only time that I've been not even close to it, but like felt really bad was when we were on holiday last. Last June or July, whenever the fuck it was. And we went to this cocktail bar in like the town, Hanya.
Mm-hmm.
And we drank quite a lot. We drank a bottle of wine, we had a couple of beers, and then we went to this cocktail bar and I had a couple of whiskeys. And Shanna got this fucking like spicy margarita, essentially. It was so spicy.
Yeah?
And I had a wee taste of it, obviously. Spicy margarita. Let's go. That sounds amazing.
Either shot.
So we went back to the hotel, to our apartment, got a taxi back. I remember being in the taxi just like... You know, you're swaying just a little bit. It's like, thank God that window's open, otherwise it's a bad time. But I got out, paid the man. We went to our apartment, and I didn't feel drunk anymore.
What?
I was like, sick, this is cool. So, hit the bed, hit the pillow, boom, out.
Out?
Woke up at maybe like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night.
Pick a time, then.
Man, 3 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
I waited so hard.
In the toilet?
In the toilet.
Thank
I got
God.
to the toilet. And I tried to say that it was the spice from the cocktail.
I'm too proud to admit I was too
Got
steamed.
stuck in the back of my throat. Because it did, but that's not why I threw up. You know, like, I threw up because I was steaming drunk. But the spice got stuck in the back of my throat. I started coughing loads and my body went, it's time to get all this out. So we wake up the next morning and I'm convinced I've got heat stroke. I feel fucking terrible. We walked around last night and like we were there pretty early in the day and like we walked around and I had my sun cream on and we went under shade. Does my head look burnt? Like is it red? Shanna was like, you're hungover? And I was like, I didn't have that much to drink last night. It must be heat stroke. I'm drinking water all day and I'm like staying in the shade. I'm like, I definitely don't feel right. I'm going to go for a quick swim in the sea. That'll sort me out. Like, nah, nothing was working.
Uh-huh.
We went for lunch. And I drank quite a lot of water by this point and I was like, heat stroke will be fine now. I've had loads of water. I've been resting.
Yeah.
You know, all the usual stuff. I'll have a beer. I had a beer and I like necked a lot of it quite quickly and I was like, I feel okay. I was like, you've been hung over all day. I was like, nah, it must have been heat stroke. But I don't remember like being as drunk as I was. And I think that's the closest I've been to blackout drunk.
Right, okay.
Just because I don't remember the night before, really.
Yeah. I think the worst one was definitely when I turned 18. So we did like a like the dorkiest thing ever. When we turned 18, we did like a pub crawl, but we were all like dressed in like Harry Potter house colours.
Oh, turfs.
Just actual fucking piece of shit dorks. We get kicked out of Rufus Firefly.
Nice. That's hard. No one gets kicked out of there.
No one does. I don't know how we did. We were just sloppy. And then after getting kicked out of Rufus, I don't remember anything else. All I have is like pictures of the night. So that's like my evidence of what actually happened that night. Apparently we were in ABC. And then I woke up the next morning on the singer of my old band's couch. Because he lived above the Tesco.
Yeah, down by...
like the Brazilian restaurant.
Yeah.
Like down that way towards Anderston.
Yeah.
So he lived there at the time. And I woke up on his couch. Absolutely fucking burst. Didn't know what was going on. And then I like went into my pocket to get my phone. And there was like a bit of paper. and I had been fined. I don't remember this happening. I still can't actually like admit that this actually happened because I don't remember it. But I had a fine in my pocket because I was caught pissing in the street. So I was like,
you had your pee out?
I peed in the street. Big deal. But then the people I was out with told me that I'd actually peed on an ATM on Sucky Hall Street.
Fuck. Those ATMs are gross at the best of times. You fucking wazzing all over it.
I'm definitely not the first person to have done it.
Oh, absolutely not. Ugh.
Yeah, I think that would be the most blackout I've ever been. I don't ever intend on ever being that steaming again, because literally anything could have happened that night, and that's what fucking scares me.
The issue for me is if I was to even attempt it, I'm such a lightweight. I'd be home in half an hour. Like it would just ruin my night. Like I really appreciate these people that can drink and it be fine.
Yeah,
not me. No. Like 4 drinks. Oh.
Time for sleep.
Snoozing.
Oh man, I definitely couldn't do it now. Like you obviously have a very different kind of energy when you're like an actual child. So being able to do that at 18 was like nothing, like going out all the time and shit. Like I would not survive, because like back then we were doing like 2-3 nights on the trot.
Jesus,
I couldn't do that now.
No,
I can barely even survive a night. I go home early to every event.
Yes, of course, that's the best.
It was like, I don't even know what it was. What were we out for? Was it Sam's Stag Do? When we went out with like Duncan and Craig
it was Sammy Stag, yeah.
Yeah, so we like, I mean, it started really fucking early. So we went like hatchet throwing and all the other fucking stupid shit we did. And then we went to a couple of pubs and had something to eat. And then see when we went to like that arcade place, as soon as I stepped foot in that arcade place, I was like, I'm going home soon. And this was like fucking 8:30.
Jesus.
And I definitely get to that point now where I just know my limit.
And I think that's good. It's good to have those kind of boundaries within yourself, because otherwise you just rip the cunt out it all the time.
Keep going all the time. But it was like fucking. I remember walking in and just being like, I think it wasn't even so much the drinking. It was just like my social battery is done.
Yeah.
Like I have drained. Like I have nothing else to say.
Well, I left so early that I could still get a bus.
Yeah.
But it was still like past midnight.
Yeah.
Sammy left early.
That's true.
We were still out.
But Sammy, bless him, he doesn't drink it in, so
nah,
it's different than that kind of thing when you're actually like having a drink and stuff. But
tell me about it. I've lived both those lives. Yeah, no, but I still hope I maintain some sort of like childlike inner being. Yeah, you know, I think that'd be quite nice.
I had like a wee moment actually of being like a young dude, because we were playing our last show as RIPFALLS.
Yep.
In 2 days' time. So by the time this episode comes out, we'll have already played our last show as RIPFALLS. And I had a wee moment where I was like, my first ever show in my high school band, I played with like 3 of my pals from school. We played Rockers. It's the first gig I ever played. What Rockers is now Audio, which is where we are playing on Saturday. So it was like I had that kind of like full circle moment, and I was like, I'm not saying I'm like done with music, because obviously I would still want to do stuff like writing stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But like that type, like heavy music, all that kind of stuff. Like I'm definitely at that point when I'm like, I feel like this is that chapter of my life kind of being closed.
Yeah.
And it feels quite poetic that like my first ever heavy band show with my high school band was in Rockers, and then the last show that I'm going to be playing is in Audio, and it's sold out.
Yeah.
It just feels very poetic. I definitely had a wee moment of just like, oh, I remember that like 16-year-old kid playing this show to like my parents and like my friends' parents, because I was obviously the only people that are going to turn up to that show. And like a couple of pals that were like, I will come, I'll be, you know.
It's pretty mad to think about, actually. Like, I've been talking about it quite a lot today in work. And I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think it's sunk in.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm going to get quite emotional on stage. Like,
Probably.
I can feel it brewing, you know, like obviously 12 years is a long time to do anything, you know. As inactive as we've been over the last 5.
Yeah.
Like, it was still a thing that consumed my life for at least 8 years.
Aye.
Like 7, 8 years.
But even if you like take into account, as much as we weren't really doing anything, it was still like part of our lives. Like we still talked about stuff, and we were still like most of my social circle, or actually all of my social circle comes like has circled around that band.
Yeah.
Like everybody I still speak to has kind of like stemmed from it almost, which is fucking insane. Like when you think about it, if it has been, if you do take into account that 12 years, that's more than a third of our life has involved this part. And now we're having to like move on with the next couple of thirds, I guess we're hopefully going to have. It's just not going to be a part of it. It's just fucking weird to think.
Yeah, it's odd. I remember that first show that we played in Stairway. Mm-hmm. I just remember being quite nervous about it.
Super nervous.
I remember like I played in a band previously, but I actually felt good about this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just, I remember having my back turned most of the night because I was just like nervous about it. It was like the only time I got nervous. I remember a promoter told us that we were going to play another show halfway through the set. Do you not remember this?
No.
He came up to us while I was on stage, and that's when I announced that we're playing with Vanna and 100th.
Oh, is that the one we played in Ivory Blacks?
Yeah,
that was our second show, right?
Yeah, that was our second show.
Ooh.
And I just remember being like, here, we could have something here. We could do something with it.
Yeah.
And we did stuff.
Yeah, like we
not
might
an
not
awful lot, but
we might
did
not
do
have
stuff.
like fucking made waves, and we might not have been.
Oh, we didn't play MSG, you know, but like we still had fun. We still, for a local band, did some stuff.
That's the thing, is it's like I would say I have been thinking of it as well, like very much like reminiscing. Like there was so much like fucking shit that happened during it, but I don't remember any of that. None of that sticks out in my mind whatsoever. Everything I remember is just so fond in my brain. Yeah,
there was a lot of shite stuff that I think I have blocked it out because at the time it really upset me and wound me up.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is I keep getting the timeline mixed up with certain things.
Right,
like,
okay.
Like Sammy like joining the band and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? Like,
no, like he has it like to the day, and we're just like, nah, man.
Nah, you're a liar.
Like, we were a band for so much longer than that. What are you fucking talking about?
It's just weird. It's weird to think that it will be done.
Yeah. I mean, it has like pretty much been done for the past like couple of years.
But we never said
it. It had never been closed. It had never been like decided. It was always just kind of like, yeah, well, we do stuff. I will maybe pick something up. Yeah, and now it is just like
got that closure.
Let's just fucking bye bye.
And
sayonara.
I don't know. It feels like it's our choice now.
Yeah.
Like the last show we played was that terribly organised fucking festival in Selby down in Yorkshire, and that sucked. And if that was the last thing that I ever did with this band, I would look back on it and be like, "Fuck's sake,
that was shite."
Because I just remember like taking the piss the entire time.
Yeah.
I just remember saying, "Oh, this song's a jazz fusion song, a cover of jazz fusion band Slayer," and everyone was like, "Ooh!" I remember like the fucking sound guy was like pure metal as fuck guy, and he was like, "Ooh," and then Sammy went do 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 on the drums, do do do, and then we played fucking Creep, which was a pop song. I was just like that. Like I remember like giving it my PayPal like address and be like, "Oh, give me a $5, I want a fucking KFC." Like, I just stopped caring because it was such a bad show. You know,
it was fucking hella garbage.
But it's just so weird. I do look back on the things that we did. You know, like playing those run of 5 shows or whatever it was, like down the UK. That's all I ever wanted. Yeah, all I ever wanted. You know, was to. It sounds super cliche, but like be in a van and like sleeping on hardwood floors, like
just hanging out with good people.
Yeah,
just trying to involve as many good people as we could,
and just having fun with it. Like we played with a lot of bands over those days. And a lot of them took themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
We just wanted to fucking hang out. Do you remember that band we played with in Birmingham that wore like uniforms?
No.
So there was a band that played before us, and they played wearing like not army uniforms, but like shirts and like green, like almost army-esque jackets.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, the guy was like a lot. And then like we played, and then that band Resolve played, who are still going and still fucking amazing.
Resolve were fucking wild, man.
Yeah, and they're still fucking fantastic.
So
like
cool.
they've changed so much, and they're great, you know.
That's class.
But I remember they went on before us, and I was just like, oh god. And I hope we never get to that.
Yeah.
Because like I couldn't imagine like having like bringing my own strobe lights and shit, you know, and just like. Like we never did any of the things that the bands that got big around the time that we were playing did. You know, like we never cared about the stage. We never cared about the sound.
Yeah.
We didn't do like backing tracks or like anything like that. And that's not to say that that's all wrong and bad. It would have been really fun to play around with that.
Yeah.
And like take it to the next level, because I think if we did take it to the next level, like we probably would have done way more than what we did.
Yeah,
I reckon we probably could have got a proper UK tour, and I reckon maybe once to Europe
that would have been nice
if we tried.
Yeah, that was the thing our band lacked, was ambition. Like
No, it wasn't ambition. It was effort. We lacked the fucks to give. Like we just didn't care.
Yeah, but I think that's why I look back on it so fondly, because it's not like I don't feel like we're losing out on anything. Like we didn't try and make it, so we're not like, this isn't us like giving up on that dream.
No,
this is just like we had a fucking blast for 12 years. It's not something that we're going to like be able to maintain going forward, because we're very fucking different people now.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to be like, that was fucking fun.
Yeah. It's just nice to know that it's coming to an end on our terms.
Yeah.
I think that's what's nice about it. Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to throw myself off a stage and just
it's actually going to be people, dude.
Be caught by no one still.
Feel like that scene in fucking School of Rock.
Oh god, it's such a stupid thing, innit?
But I have been properly like thinking back on it and reminiscing a lot. Just like some of my most fond memories of that time of my life has revolved around Rainfalls and you and Sam and even the other guys that were part of the band at the time. Heavily, all like so much just nice memories to think back on. Awkward ones, fights, scraps, raging at each other. But like, I don't know, man. It was just...
I wouldn't fucking change it for the world.
No. Nah, dude.
I really wouldn't. Like, it's why we did it.
Yeah.
It's the same as anything in our lives, anything we've ever spoken about. We do it till it's not fun.
Yeah.
And towards the end, Rainfalls did become a chore.
Yeah.
I really found myself struggling to do a lot of the things that I had to do for the band.
Yeah.
And because I was struggling to want to do it, it was getting worse and worse. And I was putting a lot of things. And I spoke to you earlier on about it, like writing music. Like, couldn't care. Because I was just like, there's negative energy in the band because none of us really know what we're doing. And we kind of want to take it a little bit further, but do we? Like,
yeah.
it really sucked the life out of it for me. And like, I think those 5 years away from it, 4 or 5 years, whatever it's been, have been really, really good. Because I am so excited for just one last chance at it.
Yeah.
One last chance, that's all I want.
Just throw ourselves around and just go back to it being fun.
Yeah, I just want to have fun.
Yeah. Like probably the most like fond thing that I always think of was that like weekender we did with Holding Absence.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about those shows, but they just stick out in my mind because it was like, I mean, like the shows themselves were fine. Like there was people and like that, but I think that was like the first time where I felt really confident about like me playing, because that was after our guitarist had left.
Yeah.
And it was like all the because the guitar is one of the, like, you know, the driving forces of that style of music. So it was the first time where I felt like really confident in what I was doing, because I didn't feel like, I don't know what it was, like, I think because there was another person, another guitar playing, I felt like I could hide behind it a little bit.
Yeah, you played the classic rhythm guitar. You know, like you were in amongst it.
Yeah.
So if he did anything wrong, they'd hear that. If you did anything wrong,
whatever.
They're hearing him, so
Didn't
it's
really
all
care
good.
about it. So then just having to like step up how I played and how I thought about playing just definitely made me feel a lot more confident about what I was doing. And that was like the first time we'd played shows when it was just the four of us.
Yeah.
And I think it was just because like I actually had like positive reactions from people. So like I'd be talking to people like after the show and stuff, and they would just be like, "Man, that's like he's just sounded so tight," and like
it was clean. What a lot of people said, like it didn't sound muddy, like, and I love that. Like I was never one that cared about like production and all that kind of stuff, but like as long as we sounded nice, you know. It's like every time we played in Edinburgh, like I can't remember the guy's name now. Dino, is that his name?
The boy in Opium.
Yeah, like he was one of the best sound guys we ever worked with. Like
he cared.
Oh yeah,
that was the big difference with him.
He loved his job.
100%.
Yeah, he wasn't out of it yet. He wasn't like out of touch with anything. He was just like, "This is fun."
Yeah, I really respected him because he was mixing the sound while we were playing.
Yeah, it was
like
nuts.
Most places you go to, you do a line check and then the sound guy sits down and looks at his phone.
Yeah,
but while I could actually see him walking to different parts of the room and like adjusting volumes and adjusting pans and stuff to suit different parts. And I was just like, that is somebody who is just so enthusiastic, and it's just going to make everybody feel better about the show.
I also think that those shows that we played with them, with the Holding Absence, like, it's nice to see where they're at now, you know? And I do have a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah?
Because it could have been us. Like, I think that's the thing that really, it got me for a little while. Like, as much as we're saying, we didn't do it to make it, we didn't do it to, like, do whatever. Like, I would have liked to have gotten to a level where we could do something. And, like, I see all these bands that we've played with once or twice, like, killing it.
Yeah.
I get that little, like, fuck.
Because we did play with some, like, really now really big.
Yeah.
Because when you think about that, like, around that time, we played with Holding Absence, we played with Loathe,
we
played with Creeper.
Yep.
And we played in really small venues with all of these bands. Like the Holding Absence show in Glasgow, was that not in fucking Garage Attic?
Garage Attic.
Like tiny show.
Yeah, they're fucking touring all over the world, you know? Like, that's like, crazy.
Loathe are like absolutely fucking huge in like America and shit now. Going in these like massive
Creeper,
tours.
We played with them in the Mash House, or fucking GRV, whatever it's called nowadays. And now they're playing, they played like the Roundhouse and stuff. Like,
really?
Yeah, like, what?
But those are, again, going back to what we said before, these are the people that produced their music.
They are career musicians, whereas we were just guys.
Idiots that learned how to play instruments.
Yeah, pretty much. We just had fun with it. They took the essence of what punk rock is and ran with it. Yeah. You know, like they have fun with what they're doing, but now what they're doing is so beyond that. Like, not punk rock. Like, I'm not saying that they're not punk rock anymore. I'm just saying, like, they are the leaps and bounds above what they should. A lot of people within that scene are. You know, like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to see them doing it. And let's say I feel like not resentment in any sort of way, but a little bit of jealousy. A little bit of jealousy.
I think that's natural, though. I
would love to play in Europe and America and fucking Australia and Japan. You know, like, I'd love to do that, but it never happens because we just didn't care enough.
Just didn't make enough of an effort.
No, we never made enough of an effort. And we were always skint. Like, if we tried to do this band now, like,
oh my god,
if we tried to do this band now, it would be fine.
It would be so much. It's like, see, even just trying to like scrape the money together to like record a couple of songs.
Oh my god,
like that was a fucking struggle, man.
Record, practice. It was awful. Like, we were young. I didn't have a job.
We were fucking broke.
Yeah, like,
Then I had a kid and just made it worse.
Yep, you had a kid and made it worse. I was just like, right, well, that's the band over. And then you had another one, but that was after we stopped.
I had another one like 2 years after we played a show.
Yeah.
No, it was 1 year. But it's like, I think you're right, man. Like, I think that there's going to be quite a lot of like emotion flying around on the night. Like, it's going to be very surreal.
Aye, surreal is one word for it, man.
Very kind of difficult to deal with, but like, oh god, I can't wait to just like just have fun one last time, man.
This is the start of the 5-year plan. Like 2028, we'll be back.
Just 5-year intervals.
That's it, man. 5-year plan. All the big bands do it.
So I would use this as a selling moment, but unfortunately, if you haven't already bought a ticket, you are shit out of luck because there are none left. So,
and this comes out after the podcast.
So it
after
does.
the show.
So fuck what I'm saying, dude.
Your brain is broken.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time
to talk about more music.
to bust out La Playlist.
La playlist.
Yeah.
Didn't jumps.
Didn't jump.
Didn't jump.
That's some throat singing, dude.
My Tibetan throat singing. As always, my choices this week were a little bit all over the place.
Unorthodox to say the least.
The first song is Bohemian Like You by the Dandy fucking Warhols.
I mean, what a fucking song.
I don't have to say anything to you about this song because it's so good. It's perfect. Bands that have fun. This band. Class. The next song I put on is by a Glasgow band called Piss Bath.
Nice, dude.
The song is called Bon Voyage. Our friend's partner went to see this band a couple of weeks ago and they were telling me about it and they were just like, oh, he's away to see a band called Piss Bath. And I was like, sorry, say those words again. And then I instantly went and listened to it and I was like, here, it's good fun. It's like really skeezy, dirty feeling, fast-paced punk rock.
Class.
It's so good.
That's so good.
It's so good. I don't listen to a lot of heavy music anymore, so it takes a lot for something to really like pique my interest.
Yeah.
That name got me. Piss Bath. I know I make fun of you for like Spectral Wound.
I knew that was coming. See, as soon as you started that sentence, I was like, this motherfucker's going to bring up Spectral Wind again.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know, like Haunted to Bogey, like I don't know, like the shit you listen to. As soon as you like, those names can fuck right off, you know. But Piss Bath, there's just something about it that spoke to me. This is off an EP that's just come out. It's called Hood Rat Shit Volume 1. It's fucking dynamite, man. Like, it's so good. Like, the songs are called Street Valium, Into the Void, Sword Swallower, and Bon Voyage. It came out on the 10th of February, so it's hella new.
Sword Swallower as well.
Yeah.
I'm definitely listening to that on the way home. Fuck Billy Joel, dude.
It's very good. It's 10 minutes long.
Yes!
It's
you know
perfect.
I love that, dude.
Yeah. It's really, really good. Aye. It's just funny. The next song that I put on is by West Side Gun and Mac Homie.
Oh my god.
How are we saying that?
Mac Homie.
Mac Homie.
Machomi?
Machomi.
You actually are.
It's called Margiela Split Toes.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right?
I have no idea, man.
It came up on like an Instagram reel the other day. I was watching one of those stupid Get Ready With Me videos.
Nice, dude.
Some guy was using it. I was like, fucking vibes. I checked at the bottom and I was like, oh, West Side Gun.
Yes, sir.
Just like, that song's amazing. I've been banging it a lot lately.
Is that from Hitler Wears Hermes?
Yes. It's from Hitler Wears Hermes 8.
8, yeah.
Sincerely, Adolf. Okay.
Okay, West Side.
Okay. Next song is called Box Number 10 by Jim Croce, I believe is how you say his name.
Okay.
It's just a nice wee Americana banger.
I had to slip one of those in.
Yeah, it's a little bit sad.
Nice.
But it's just very nice. It's a very nice song.
Man got a nice voice?
Yeah, no, not really. But he
Nice.
does.
I fuck with that.
It's one of those like classic like 70s guys with a guitar vibe.
Sick.
So they never had the best voices, but it's
Yeah.
the stuff you want to listen to the most.
It's like what we've always said about some of the bands that we listen to. Like Timber's probably like the top one. Like, he's not got an amazing voice, but I would listen to
You
it.
can hold a note. It's an interesting voice.
Yeah.
Interesting voices are more what I'm into than anything else.
Have you seen their fucking Tiny Desk that they did?
No.
Oh my god, I want to be that guy.
I'm going to watch it when I go home.
I want to be that guy.
Nice.
He pulls off the long bald so well.
Yeah.
And he's rocking like this fucking like gold. I want to say it's like a jazz master.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's wearing. I'm pretty sure he's wearing like a suit jacket and shit. Like, the dude is just a fucking vibe.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. But yeah, Jim Croce, very good song.
Nice.
I want to find out when it actually came out. So this album came out in 1972.
It's old shit, dude.
And it's called You Don't Mess Around with Jim.
Oh, all right, man. Maybe I want to. Maybe I fucking want to, Jim.
Maybe I
Maybe now
fucking
because you'd
want
be
to.
like 142 years old.
Yeah, it's a good song. As I just stuck it on there. It comes up in one of my like folk and acoustic mix.
Nice.
And it's always like the first song, and I'm just like, yes, nice. The next song is also an old song. This song is from 1969. Ooh, it's Oh Well Part 1 by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, what a fucking song, dude.
Yep.
Is this
so good.
Oh, this is the one that fucking Haim did a cover of. Did you see that? Fuck me, dude.
So cool.
Amazing
Was
song.
that not a Tea in the Park?
Yeah, they did it at Tea in the Park, but they also did it in like a radio station one time as well.
Cool.
Oh, so good.
The song is cool, and like if you told me it was Fleetwood Mac, I'd be like, shut up.
Yeah, because
It's like Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was Peter Green's
yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, wasn't it? But my God, what a banger!
It's so good, man.
What a fucking banger! I always remember like being in band practice. Like our old guitarist would just like play the lick on guitar all the time, and I was like, nice. Because I think we wanted to cover it at one point, but
Yeah.
you know, we didn't want Haim catching wind of it and coming after us, so you know,
But we also wanted to cover Haim as well.
we did want to cover Haim. But yeah, that's my picks for this week.
Man, we had some bad ideas. I'm glad we didn't do a lot of them. So the first song that I put on, I don't actually know how you say this guy's name. I don't know if it's Cloud River or Cloud Driver, because it's all one word.
Oh,
So I'm not sure how you say it. But anyway,
how many D's are in it?
just one.
Cloud Driver.
Cloud Driver. I read it as Cloud Driver when I first saw it, so that's just what he is in my head now. So I was just like flicking through like Spotify, and it was just like I just saw the guy's like profile picture, and I was just like, he looks like a bit of a vibe. I'm just gonna listen to this stuff, and it's like it's like indie pop shit.
Is that what you sent me earlier on today?
Yeah, dude.
Right. Okay. I haven't listened to it.
It's I mean it's only like I think this is from like a 4 or 5 track EP, so it's just like a
Nice.
kind of 15-minute thing that you can just like blaze through.
Slap on.
But it's just so fucking good, man. Like definitely like indie pop. I think the guy's like Taiwanese or some shit, and he's just got like a really cool voice, and he plays like really nice synthesizers. He's like hella good at guitar. It's just a real nice fucking vibe to listen to.
Sick.
Next song I put on is Rusty by Tyler the Creator,
Nice.
which features Domo Genesis and Aero Sweatshirt. I think this is from his Wolf album. Yeah, it's from Wolf. They did this on like Jimmy Kimmel or some shit like fucking years ago, and I remember seeing a video of it fucking forever ago, and I was like, this is so cool. Because I think when I heard this, I didn't listen to Odd Future at the time. So this was kind of like my first exposure of Tyler, Domo,
Yeah.
Aero, like all, and then like I kind of like fed into fucking Odd Future, where then it came across like the internet that had like fucking Steve Lacy in it and all the other people, like Frank Ocean, all the other people that were all involved in Odd Future. But it just like popped up on like you know that way where you end up a run of songs and it just like kind of plays the next song.
Yeah.
And this one came on, I was like, I fucking forgot about this song. It's just so good. Like it's just that old. Obviously, like Tyler's had a massive like change in sound, you know. But this is when he was still like quite grimy and like aggressive and shit. And it's fucking so good.
So I never really enjoyed that kind of stuff from him because I just felt it was like super abrasive.
Yeah.
I found it quite hard to listen to. Like, there's a couple of songs on Wolf that I can like listen to now, and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't given it a proper chance again.
The next song I put on is a Big Man, Little Dignity from the new Paramore record.
Nice.
So the new Paramore record is amazing, obviously, because it's Paramore. But this song I really liked because I love when somebody has been doing music for so long but still try something that they've not necessarily done before. So there's like quite a small part of the song where Hayley Williams like really pushes her voice in a different way she's ever done before. And it's just stuck in my head ever since I first heard it.
Nice.
Heard it. Because it's like, she's definitely not done it, at least in Paramore terms. She's not tried to like push her voice in that certain way. And I just love it when people are like, I've been doing this for so long, but I'm still doing different shit.
Yeah.
Still want to try something new. Still want to make it fun. Like, make it different for me rather than just doing the same shit over and over again.
I respect that.
And that song is also just like class. Big Man, Little Dignity.
Good name. Good name.
Next song I put on is Tunnel Vision, which is the new Jesus Peace song. And it's just hard as fuck, dude.
Nice.
I think they've got a new album coming out in like April or some shit. And I'm very excited for it. And then the last song I put on is Down Here on the Ground by Grant Green, which is just a real nice fucking
jazzy guitar man.
Instrumental jazzy guitar man.
We love a jazzy guitar man.
And it is fucking delightful. That's all I need to say. Yeah,
well,
man.
Thanks for listening to the reminisce pod.
A little trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Well, God, next time we do the podcast, we won't have a band.
I'll be dead.
Fuck.
R.I.P.
Forever.
RIPFALLS.
Till 2028.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
We got 5 years to write an album. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. We appreciate you all so much. Goodbye. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. I love you.
I love you too.